We are now officially entering Week 11 of the 2021 NFL season. New England Patriots versus the Atlanta Falcons here tonight, Thursday Night Football. Super Bowl 51 rematch. Yes, we know 28-3, 28-3, 28-3. Go ahead, comment. Hey, we've become callous to it over the years. Doesn't affect us anymore. At first, it's like, but now it's like, yeah, they really did blow a 28-3 lead. Hey, you know what, though? You know what? We like to show optimism. That's right. We're optimistic people because we were up 28-3 in the freaking Super Bowl against the greatest quarterback of all time. You can't make that stuff up. Like, that's optimism right there. All the way through the third quarter against the greatest quarterback of all time. Guys, that's freaking legit. Well, hey, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to a brand new episode of Time2Football. My name is Hassan Khan, the host of this channel. We like to call it Time2Football. Glad you guys are joining us as we are going to be previewing the Thursday night football game here tonight, as well as looking forward to our weekly picks that we show you every Thursday. We show you some, let me go ahead and raise this up a bit. Show you some picks, some polls that you guys have voted for on Instagram. Who do you guys think is going to win each game? All right, these headphones are kind of annoying me, so I'm going to leave them to the side. But you guys are joining us in the chat as we are streaming this right now. I just want to go ahead and say, hey, appreciate you guys joining in and joining in with the chat. You might have seen a little bit of a message that popped up that says, golly, excuse me. Sorry about that. That says you got to be subscribed to leave a comment, because usually what it's been is like, hey, people leave a comment and then they dip after they get their question answered, and I'm like, nah, man, I'm trying to reserve my time for just the loyal subscribers. So you got to be subscribed. You have to be subscribed. Anyways, David's checking in saying, yo, hey, how you doing, man? Joseph, good morning. Hope you're having a fantastic start to your day. And then you're asking your questions. I'll get to your questions later on in the end of the show. JR Sita asking for your thoughts here again. Laughing emoji. Hey, that's okay. I will be getting to you guys towards the end of the show, though. Like I said, I go in order. Morning from DC. Zobu. Thank you for tuning in all the time. Buenos dias, Miguel. Since when are you a Falcons fan? But I am impressed. Well, I am, you said impressed. I thought you said depressed, because that's how I feel being a Falcons fan. Yeah, no, my home is Atlanta. Like, when you're in a suburb of Atlanta or any city, you say you're from Atlanta to people that don't know where you're from. Tequila, Georgia. Shout out to you guys that live over in Gwinnett County. But no, that's where I'm from. That's where the show is based out of. We are diehard Atlanta Falcons fans all the way through, even when things are tough, when they're rough, when they blow every single lead. We stick with our team. That's my quarterback. That's my teammate. Who said that? Leave a comment down below for you OGs out there. Anyways, yeah, you guys are checking in and saying, you're welcome. How you guys doing? Good morning from Montreal as well. Every single week you tune in. Every single day, it seems like, Dan, as you tune in. So I appreciate that. Hey, we're going to be getting into the Thursday night football game and kind of previewing that with some news that we have. Updates on some players are going to be playing and who's not going to be playing. So the biggest news right now is that Damien Harris is going to be playing. Yes, Damien Harris has cleared concussion protocol. He is in for the New England Patriots, and he's going to be starting, we assume. Now, how much work is he going to cede to Ramondre Stevenson? We don't know yet. We don't know. But Damien Harris is going to be playing. We expect him to get the early down work. He's going to be working in. Ramondre Stevenson, though, has carved out a nice role with his performance last week. So I think it's going to be more like 1A, 1B, probably, with like a little bit of like heaviness towards 1A. I think Damien Harris is going to outsnap Ramondre Stevenson, but Ramondre Stevenson has proved that he is going to be getting some touches. And now here's the thing. Here's a difference, though. Because you could be saying, well, why is Matt Nagy not giving Khalil Herbert the majority of the carries, but he is giving it to David Montgomery? Didn't like Matt or Khalil Herbert like just absolutely kill it? Well, yes, but Matt Nagy has come out and said, "Oh, David Montgomery's our starter. Like he's going to go back to his original. Like he's going to be the starter. There's no questions about it. He's going to go back to his 3-down role. Whereas with the Patriots, you've seen in years past, like they like to utilize different running backs, and their backfield is kind of sketch. So, and they've been giving praise to Ramondre Stevenson ever since OTAs. So that's why I'm saying, hey, hold off a bit. Hold off a bit on the idea that Damian Harris is going to go back to being a 3-down back. No, it's going to be Ramondre Stevenson that's going to work in there, and he's going to get his fair share of touches as well. So Taylor Hardy, if you're watching this right now, Ramondre Stevenson is way more valuable than Khalil Herbert. So I'm not trading you Ramondre Stevenson for Khalil Herbert. Just saying. Just saying. Shout out if you do watch the show. Appreciate you watching. But anyways, any more news that we have regarding the Falcons and the Patriots? Cordero Patterson, he is a game-time decision officially with his ankle sprain. So they were not optimistic on Cordero Patterson. They didn't know if he was going to be playing all week. He was limited. There's doubt. He's doubtful. Like I'm not high on him. I think it's going to be a Mike Davis heavy run game, or at least when they run the ball, it's going to be Mike Davis a lot. So I'd go with him. I wouldn't go with Cordero Patterson. I don't think Cordero Patterson is going to be playing. And then as well as Jonnu Smith. So Hunter Henry's already taken over as a tight end one, but Jonnu Smith missed last week as a shoulder injury. He's going to be coming back. So yeah, leave your thoughts, your predictions, your scores down below. What do you think is going to happen? I mean, I would love for the Falcons to win. I think the Patriots are going to take it in a close one, but if the Falcons win, I wouldn't be surprised just because of the upset that they pulled off against the New Orleans Saints. I mean, they have it in them. Like being 4-5, like you're not totally out of it. Like you can fight for an NFC wildcard spot, but and I mean, even the way the Bucs are looking, you're only 2 games back in the division. So yeah, leave your thoughts and your predictions down below on what do you think is going to be happening in that game. All right. NFL news and notes that we talk about every single day. I think first, let's go ahead and get into the big time news of it. And looking at this right now, I think let's mention some big names. Alvin Kamara is back at practice. Had a knee injury, did not play. Mark Ingram took the bulk of the workload. Alvin Kamara is going to be coming back. And also, Tony Jones, their backup running back next to Mark Ingram, has also been designated to return from off of IR. I don't know how much of a factor he's going to be, but he might dip into Mark Ingram's carries. But Alvin Kamara is back at practice. Kyler Murray, he was limited in practice on Wednesday, so last week Cliff Kingsbury said there's a good chance that Kyler Murray does play against the Panthers. Eventually, they ruled him out. So if he said that there was a good chance last week, there has to be a good chance this week. And it's trending in that direction because he was limited in practice with an ankle injury. Like, he's going to be coming back. However, DeAndre Hopkins, on the other hand, more than likely, he's probably going to miss another game. I'm going to go ahead and say it because he did not practice on Wednesday. Still lingering hamstring issues for DeAndre Hopkins. Not looking good for D-Hop. What else do we've got? Allen Robinson has a hamstring injury that's just popped up and did not practice on Wednesday. So, leading the way could be Darnell Mooney for the passing attack of the Baltimore Ravens. However, Darnell Mooney has a foot injury. He was limited in practice. We think he's going to be playing, but just monitor his status. He was limited. Devontae Adams' shoulder injury just popped up. He was limited. Everything seems like he's good to go this weekend. However, you know, big-time names, you got to keep track of these kind of players and these kind of people. So, yeah. Devontae Adams is limited in practice with that. Aaron Rodgers, he did not practice, so he has a toe issue now. Like, his toe was hurt, did not practice, and he's still feeling a little bit fatigued from the COVID-19 effects. However, with that, though, we expect him to play. Altson's expecting him to play. He's just probably just resting up and getting ready for this weekend. Big matchup in the NFC North coming up against the Vikings. Jamal Williams is back. Or no, he's not back at practice. He did not practice. Has a thigh injury. Wait, did I read that correctly? Hold on. Let me brush up on the facts because I'm pretty sure that he was back at practice. I probably just wrote that down mistakenly that Jamal Williams missed or came back or did not practice. Yeah, he did return. He returned to a limited fashion. So he has a thigh injury. He's back. Richard Sherman, a calf injury. He's been placed on IR. Big loss for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. He's going to miss at least 3 games for the Tampa Bay defense, with the secondary is already depleted. Marquise Brown, thigh injury, did not practice. This is new for Marquise Brown. Rashad Bateman season could be coming up. Marquise Brown did not practice. Jeremy McNichols has a concussion. He did not practice either. Deontay Foreman is going to get the bulk of the carries. Watch out for him. Dallas Goedert, concussion, did not practice, suffered a concussion last week against the Denver Broncos, was taken out of the game, held out. Now he was sidelined in practice as well, has a clear concussion protocol, has to go through some hurdles. Dallas Goedert did not practice. Chris Carson did not practice either, still dealing with that neck issue. Pete Carroll doesn't sound optimistic, to be honest with you. I don't think Chris Carson is going to be coming back this week. And, I mean, for the sixth straight game, Chris Carson could be missing this. Yeah, Pete Carroll did not provide an update on Carson, but he did say that he has not made the progress the team has hoped. Those are the words of Pete Carroll. Latavius Murray is back at practice. This is after Le'Veon Bell was released. So when he was released, we assumed that Latavius Murray would be coming back. John Harbaugh seems like he wants Latavius Murray to be back for this game against the Chicago Bears. He was back at practice. Patrick Peterson has been activated off of injured reserve. That's a big help for the Minnesota Vikings secondary, as well as Harrison Smith has been activated off the COVID-19 list. Harrison Smith more than likely to play. Patrick Peterson, kind of wait and see. We'll see what happens with him. Kareem Hunt won't be playing it in Week 11, but he is getting close, according to Kevin Stefanski, of making his return. Maybe it's going to be in Week 12. We'll just have to wait and see. He's pretty close. Logan Thomas, hamstring injury, did not practice. Did practice last week, felt like he was sore, wasn't good to go. And now this time around, he did not practice, out with a hamstring injury. And the last little bit of news that I wanted to share with you. No, actually, we got a few more things we want to share with you. Chase Claypool, toe injury. He returned to practice. Did not play last week. This week could be a big difference against the LA Chargers. Elijah Mitchell did not practice. Remember, he has a broken finger. His status for Week 11 is unclear, but Kyle Shanahan thinks that he will play this Sunday against the Jaguars. Words from the head coach. James Robinson, in that game against the Jaguars and the 49ers, he did not practice. So he has the bruised heel, the bruised heel. He did eventually play against the Indianapolis Colts. However, a knee issue has popped up. James Robinson did not participate in practice. And then last little bit of news, actually 2 more things. Jared Goff, oblique injury, did not practice. Status is unclear. Tim Boyle would be the next man up for the Detroit Lions. And then Kerryon Johnson, actually. This happened yesterday, 24 hours ago, but I didn't mention it on the show. I just want to go ahead and mention it. Kerryon Johnson is working out for the Packers. He did work out yesterday with the news of Aaron Jones being injured, and we will see if Kerryon Johnson is able to play. And that is your NFL news and notes for today, Thursday, November 18th. Just want to make sure everything sounds good. All right. We are now going to get into weekly picks. So we do this every single week where we, on Thursday, give you a little bit of a preview of the weekly picks. And then we split it up and we put it up as its own separate video later on in the show or on the channel. So we're going to go ahead and show you our weekly picks, and then we are going to get back to you in just a moment. But yeah, there's 15 games. I think the only teams on a bye this week are the Rams. And I want to say there's one other team. I forgot. Anyways, doesn't matter. Here are your weekly picks. Week 11 begins with the Super Bowl 51 rematch. The New England Patriots versus the Atlanta Falcons. The Pats are continuing their dominant string of games, winning 5 of their last 6. The Falcons have had their ups and downs, but are now out of the NFC wildcard race. Looking at the polls that we asked you guys on social media, 90% of you are favoring the Patriots to win, while only 10% of you are favoring the Falcons. Wouldn't be upset if the Falcons won as a Falcons fan, but I'm going with the Patriots to win by 2. Sunday's matchup will feature the New Orleans Saints versus the Philadelphia Eagles. Though Trevor Siemian led the Saints to an upset win over the Buccaneers, he's technically 0-2 as a starter. The Eagles, on the other hand, are trending up, ranking top 5 in yards since running with the ball more the last 3 games. And asking you guys on Instagram who's going to win this game, 70% of you are favoring the Saints, while only 30% like the Eagles. We like the Saints to win by 5. An AFC East battle between the Miami Dolphins and the New York Jets. Miami shocked the world last Thursday when they upset the Ravens, and they'll keep that momentum going with Tua Tagovailoa under center. As for the Jets, they'll be starting Joe Flacco. And looking at the polls, a staggering 81% are favoring the Dolphins, while only 19% are giving the Jets a shot to win this. We like the Dolphins to win by 9. You can't make this stuff up. The Washington football team versus the Carolina Panthers. Cam Newton's first game starting will be against his former head coach, who leads his team into Charlotte for a revenge game. Don't forget how much this game means to Taylor Heineke as well, who used to back up Cam Newton in Carolina. Taking it to the polls, you guys are overwhelmingly favoring the Carolina Panthers to win this game. 73% of you, while only 27% like the football team. Don't count out Ron Rivera. We think that defense is going to shut down Cam Newton. Washington wins by 4. One of the best games in the AFC this week will be between the Indianapolis Colts and the Buffalo Bills. The Colts are 500 for the first time this year. For the Bills, last week's blowout win was much needed after losing to the Jaguars. Looking at the polls, who do you guys favor to win this game? The Bills are favored to win. 80% of you like the Bills, while only 20% like the Colts. We like the Bills to win by 10. Well, they're at least not going to lose every single game this year. The Detroit Lions versus the Cleveland Browns. Both teams are coming off disappointing performances, and now the Lions could be without Jared Goff due to an oblique injury, and the Browns are still waiting for Nick Chubb to be cleared to play. Taking it to Instagram, 83% like the Browns to win, while only 17% like the Lions. We're taking the Browns to win by 10. The red-hot San Francisco 49ers versus the Jacksonville Jaguars. San Fran is coming off their biggest win of the season, running the ball and controlling the clock against the Rams. The Jaguars in their last 2 games look to have improved, at least defensively. But if we take it to the polls, 88% like the 49ers to win, 12% are going with Jacksonville. We like the 49ers to win by 8. The Houston Texans versus the Tennessee Titans. Many thought the loss of Derrick Henry would hurt the Titans greatly, but they've beaten 2 legitimate playoff contenders since the injury. For the Texans, we'll see if any improvements are made coming out of the bye week. Looking at the polls, you guys think that the Texans are the same old Texans. Only 7% of you are favoring Houston, while Tennessee is favored to win by 93% of you. We like the Titans to win by 16. A very crucial NFC North matchup between the Green Bay Packers and the Minnesota Vikings. The Vikings were finally able to hold a lead to win 27-24 against the Chargers, but this game is their most important game if they want any hope at winning the division. While the Packers' offense has struggled, their defense has kept them in each game. Taking it to the polls, only 21% of you guys are favoring the Vikings, while 79% like the Packers. We like the Packers to win by 7. The Baltimore Ravens versus the Chicago Bears. Baltimore has had a long week to shake off the disappointing loss to the Miami Dolphins. The Chicago Bears are coming off a bye and look to build off 2 solid performances from Justin Fields. If we look at the polls, you guys believe that doesn't matter. Only 19% like the Bears, while 81% like the favored Baltimore Ravens. We like the Ravens to win by 13. The outcome of this game could greatly alter the AFC wildcard race. The Cincinnati Bengals versus the Las Vegas Raiders. Both teams are on very similar paths. Both started out hot, but have lost their last 2 games in disappointing fashion. Each is trying to avoid their 3rd straight loss. Taking it to the polls, this one is closer than we may think. 57% like the Bengals, while only 43% like the Raiders. We're going to give the Bengals an edge to win by a field goal. The Arizona Cardinals versus the Seattle Seahawks. It wasn't too long ago when the Seahawks would lead the NFC West and the Cardinals would be last in the division. Now, the roles are reversed, as the Cardinals lead at 8-2 and Seattle has their worst record since 2011. Taking it to the polls, 83% of you like the Cardinals to win, while only 17% like the Seahawks. We're going to go against the grain, go with an upset, the Seahawks at home to win by 1. The Dallas Cowboys versus the Kansas City Chiefs. After the Broncos beat Dallas on all sides of the ball, the Cowboys got a demanding victory against the Falcons last week. And speaking of last week, it looked like the Chiefs we expected to see all season has returned. Taking it to Instagram, 61% of you like the Cowboys, while only 39% of you like the Chiefs. Again, we're going to go with the upset and go with the Chiefs to win by 3. Sunday Night Football, the Pittsburgh Steelers versus the Los Angeles Chargers. In the beginning of the season, it looked as if the Chargers could make a run at the Super Bowl, but recently, they've lost some games that they should have won. The Steelers' offense continues to struggle, unable to close out a victory against the Detroit Lions last week. Looking at the polls, you guys are favoring the Chargers to win at home, 73%, while only 27% are favoring the Steelers. We like the Chargers to win by 6. And finally, Monday Night Football, the New York Giants versus the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. The Giants' defense has improved and are the main reason the Giants, though it's a long shot, are in the hunt for an NFC playoff spot. The Buccaneers, on the other hand, have let the last 2 games slip away from them and lead the NFC South by just 1 game. And if we take it to the polls, you guys believe that this is a bounce-back week for the Buccaneers, 88% like the Bucs, while only 12% like the Giants. We like the Buccaneers to win by 14. And that is your weekly picks. Again, I'm going to be splitting that up because I know you guys like to make your prop bets, like pick it against the spread, stuff like that. And this kind of helps you guys, like, okay, who are the majority of the people voting for? Who am I voting for? What's the spread? Like, what do I think like each team's going to win by? So I'm going to be splitting that up, and I'll probably be putting it up on the channel like in the next hour or 2 or something like that. So stay tuned for that. Weekly picks presented by absolutely no one. Hey, you know what? Actually, we do have a sponsor. Presented by Engineered Sleep. Why not? Let's go with Engineered Sleep. So Engineered Sleep, I started partnering up with them beginning of the season and had a few phone calls with them, and great people. Great people. I've known the guy that works over there, Raheel, for a very long time. And I wouldn't promote anything on this channel if I didn't know that, it's something that I back up. So this is a product that I definitely do back up. Let's get serious. Did you know that you spend roughly a third of your life in bed? That's a lot of time when you think about it. On average, 6 to 8 hours a night and over 220,000 hours in a lifetime. Ooh, that's a lot of time. If you're not getting quality sleep, it has a severe negative impact on everything you do the next day. Trust me, we've all been there. We've lived it. Whether it's a test, meetings, presentations, or just everyday tasks, you want to be your best no matter what. Hey, I'm a Falcons fan. I'm going to be staying up late to watch this game, but then I got to wake up 5 a.m. to prepare for tomorrow's show and things like that. So it's going to be, I need the best night's sleep. How do I do that? The sleep experts at Engineered Sleep have been at it for over 100 years. They've cracked the code to getting better sleep. They ask the right questions to get you exactly what you need so you can sleep better. We partnered up with them to get you 10% off. That's up to $250 and 2 free pillows. Guys, this is an amazing deal. With your next purchase, using the promo code T, the number 2, the letter F. These guys crush it. They have a 5-star Google rating, and all their products are 100% American made. Don't sleep on this offer. I had a chance to look through your comments, by the way, and see what you guys are commenting as well. Sean Landry. Sean, you're tuning in with us. I love it, man. If you've been a subscriber, a lot of you guys that tune into these live shows have been a subscriber for a very long time, which I really do appreciate. Sean has joined us for several segments, and he's talked about like the New Orleans Saints. He's a Saints fan. Golly, sometimes I hate the Saints because they're better than us. Even though we beat them, they're still better than us. But no, he's a Saints fan, and he does tune into the show, and he gives his opinions on some segments here and there as well. Would love to have you back on the show, by the way. Let's connect, definitely, whether it be after the show sometime this week, and then let's talk about, like, maybe next week we can get you on. David Gerber saying that Kyle Shanahan is a used car salesman. Yeah, maybe, Hey, I mean, sure. I get what you're saying. Like, it's like, like, I think he'll play. I think Elijah Mitchell will play, but then all of a sudden you see, like, freaking Trey Sermon go off for, like, 200 yards and 3 touchdowns. It's like, what the frick, dude? You hated Trey Sermon this whole year. What happened? Yeah, so I understand what you're saying. Like, Kyle Shanahan is, not the best. Brett's Forseth saying Dirty Birdie. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Actually, as a matter of fact, let's get into this last segment of the show. Viewer questions. You guys, whether it be about fantasy football or just regular questions in general, you guys leave your questions, and I just acknowledge you guys in the chat. And this is going to be the next, I guess, 10 minutes or so. I'm going to be acknowledging you guys in the chat. You go into the Super Bowl again this year to interview players. This is from YME258. Hey, I appreciate that you guys are catching on to that. I know that I'll just randomly put up interviews with players like in the end of January before the Super Bowl, and you're like, whoa, how did you get this guy? Well, like you guys are catching on that. Yeah, like every Super Bowl, I do go to Super Bowl opening night is what they call it, but Super Bowl media day. It's a cesspool of like all of these like shoulder to shoulder media outlet people. Freaking just being shoulder to shoulder and just interviewing players and fighting for like, Tom Brady, can I get in a word with you? There's players walking around. Oh, Steven Gostowski, let me pull you aside. Oh, James White, let me pull you aside. Like, and getting players to interview. So yeah, this year, however, to answer your question, I'm not sure. So last year I was able to do it. Now, again, if you couldn't tell, we're based out of Atlanta. What gave it away? So we can drive to anywhere where the Super Bowl is. So it was in Atlanta in Super Bowl 53, able to attend that. It was in Miami in Super Bowl 54. We were able to drive down. It was a terrible drive, but we were able to drive down and go interview players while we were on the road. Actually, we heard about the news of Kobe Bryant. Rest in peace. Rest in power. Yeah, and last year we were going to go down to Tampa, baby, Tampa, and it didn't work out because they canceled everything because of COVID. So it was over Zoom. So we had to interview players over the Zoom, which you didn't get much time with them. You can only ask one question at a time for each player, but that's okay. I've had plenty of great experience I'd love to share, but I know that I'm probably taking up a lot of people's time because you guys are tuning in to, I want to acknowledge other people. But to answer your question, this year, if it's over Zoom, yes. If it's not, then again, Atlanta to Los Angeles, because that's where the Super Bowl is. It's quite of a trek. So I don't think we would be able to. I mean, we could afford it, like based off of like the revenue that we're making from the show. We could like hire out a crew and everything, but I don't. We're still trying to think if it's going to be worth it. You know what I'm saying? So don't know yet. If it's over Zoom, for sure, I'm going to be interviewing the players. If it's not, kind of up in the air. We don't know. Okay, you guys are leaving. Hey, you guys love the fantasy football stuff that we talk about on this channel as well. I encourage you guys. Hey, we're more than just fantasy football, but you guys do tune into fantasy football videos. So let me go ahead and acknowledge you guys. If you guys have any sort of fantasy football questions, just for the next few minutes. Okay, Joseph, I said I'd get back to you. Should I start Damian Harris tonight since he's returning, and should I start Josh Allen against Colts defense who are playing better? I think Josh Allen is a must start every week. I know the Colts defense is looking better, but their secondary has given up a lot of yards, to put it very, very nicely. Whereas Damian Harris tonight, I think he would be a start. Yeah, I know that Ramondre Stevenson probably is going to eat into some of his carries, but it's going to be Damian Harris. Patriots or Titans defense this week? I think the Titans is the consensus number one defense for a lot of people, myself included, this week. I would put the Titans up there. Jeff Fields, hey, I only have a couple of minutes before I need to leave for work, but I wanted to make sure to drop my daily like. Keep up the good work. You'll be at 21K at no time. Hey, Jeff, I appreciate it. I appreciate the optimism. I love it. You tune in all the time. Thank you so much. Anthony, as always, enjoyed the show. Standard League, you need to play. This is by Anthony. Ramondre Stevenson, Darrell Williams, Emmanuel Sanders, Elijah Moore, Mark Ingram. Okay, I'd go Darrell Williams. Do you want to take the risk on Ramondre Stevenson? I wouldn't risk Ramondre Stevenson, but I'm okay with you starting him. But Darrell Williams for sure. And then like my second option, like with Ramondre Stevenson up in the air is it would be Elijah Moore. It would be Elijah Moore. Oh, you're leaving your prediction on the score. I said leave your prediction on the score of who's going to win between the Patriots and the Falcons. 28-3 Patriots is one of the predictions that we got. TR2385. Yeah, yeah, it could happen. No, I think the Falcons would be up 28-3. That's where yeah. Let's clear things up here. Let's clear things up. Should I start Ramondre Stevenson in the flex? I think this is a big question for a lot of people. Ramondre Stevenson, it's risky. It's risky. I got Ramondre Stevenson. I'm not starting him. I had the option. Like, if Damian Harris wasn't cleared, I was going to play Ramondre Stevenson over Antonio Gibson. Damian Harris has been cleared. So I'm going to put Antonio Gibson in, even though it's a bad matchup against Carolina. I'm putting in Antonio Gibson over Ramondre Stevenson. I'm waiting and seeing what happens with Stevenson. So to answer your question, it's a risk. It's a risk. Unless you're really desperate, I wouldn't do it. Your RBs are Zeke and Najee. Okay, yeah, definitely don't do it. Stevenson or Patterson in the flex. I don't think Patterson's going to play, to be honest with you, so Stevenson might be your best bet. If Patterson does play miraculously, then sure, it's going to be Patterson, but I don't think it's going to happen. Book Lau. Good morning, sir. I feel the same with my Jets. Yeah. I got a couple people I know that are Jets fans, and it's very, very depressing. We depress together, if that is something. I am kind of skipping around, trying to see who I haven't gotten any love to. Pitts or Knox? Kyle Pitts or Dawson Knox? This is from Christian McDonald. I go Kyle Pitts, man. I go Kyle Pitts. I think Kyle Pitts is in that category where you got to start him every week. Knox, let's see if he comes back to being that top 3 fantasy tight end before we put him back into the lineup. For now, I would go with Kyle Pitts. Appreciate your content, man. Vidal, thank you. Damn, well, hopefully they do host a interview session. Yeah, hopefully they do. Gary Santos, Vikings upset of the week over the Packers. Hey, I mean, listen, I've said that so many times. Trust me, doing these weekly picks, I pick the Vikings to win, and then they just lose by like one position. I'm like, oh, Minnesota, you could have won that. You could have won. So I want to pick the Vikings. I think I picked the Vikings to beat the Cowboys when Cooper Rush was a quarterback, and then I picked the Vikings like another time, and then they just lost by another one possession. Hey, they blow more leads than the Falcons this year. Can we please acknowledge that? I know they have the stigma that Atlanta Falcons do, but the Vikings, guys, they are blowing leads. They're blowing leads out here. Pats or Titans defense. Gennaro Solario. I would go Titans, man. Go Titans. Pats are good, though. Pats are good. Definitely looking forward to it, my friend Sean. No, I am looking forward to it. We both are looking forward to it. Ariel, hey Hassan, if Patterson starts tonight, should I play him over Michael Carter? Absolutely not. I'm going Michael Carter all the way. Michael Carter, if you guys didn't realize, is on the up and coming as like the next best Jets running back, next to like Curtis Martin. No, I'm just kidding. Like, oh, okay. Maybe not that far. But anyways, Michael Carter is legit. Like, he was good at UNC. Like, he's good now. Like, 6 straight games now of like either a touchdown or like 19 or more touches a game. I'd go Michael Carter. I like Michael Carter a lot. Good morning. Hunter Henry or Kyle Pitts tonight from Ryan. Hunter Henry's just so freaking 7 touchdowns in the last 7 games is so good. But when he's only getting like 3 looks his way a game for Mac Jones, it's like, I don't know if I want to do this. I would go Kyle Pitts, man. I think Kyle Pitts is going to have a bigger game than Hunter Henry. That's just me personally. Everyone is saying, go Lions. Crying face emoji. All right, so you guys are definitely owning up to being fans of some disappointing teams. Hey, if there's more teams out there like my Falcons, the Jets, Emerald Eyes just said the Lions, please, like, let's sympathize together. Like, we're in this together. Let's have a little bit of a AAA meeting. Is that what it is? Is it AA or AAA? Which one's the? I know they're both batteries. I get that, but which one's like the rehab one, not the car assistance one? I don't know. Anyways, David Gerber saying Pittman went 5 receptions, 90 yards in the playoff game against the Bills last year. Oh, okay. So he could be having a pretty good game, Michael Pittman. Because I saw him like they think he's gonna be like a top 10 receiver this week, and I'm like, wait, the Bills defense is pretty good. Why is that? And then okay, maybe like the success that he had last year, that it could happen. Michael Pittman is legit. I am again. I'm sorry, guys. I know I usually go top to bottom, but I just kind of skipped around and I lost my place. So I'm just trying to give people that I haven't acknowledged some time. David York, you asking about Devontae Smith? Is he going to have a big game? You know, I didn't think he was going to have a big game the last 2 weeks, and then he proved me wrong. Like, this is the best that Devontae Smith has looked. I think Pro Football Focus, as a matter of fact, has ranked Devontae Smith as like the #1 receiver the last 4 weeks. Don't quote me on it. It's something like that, though. It's like something crazy. Or maybe it's like, I don't know. But like, I think since they started running with the ball, something flipped for Devontae Smith in the passing game. Like, they can utilize like the play action. So I'm going Devontae Smith until that hot streak just were to stop. I really would. And I think this matchup might be a little bit easier this week than maybe you have Patrick Surtain locking up against Devontae Smith, and like in the freaking end zone, he makes this ridiculous catch over Patrick Surtain, his former teammate at Alabama. And then the week before that, the Chargers, they were without Asante Samuel, but he still had a big game. So I know Marshawn Lattimore, he's been hurt, right? Anyways, yeah, this matchup might be a little bit better than last week's matchup. So I'm going to go with, Devontae Smith. I like him a lot. Ronaldo, good morning. Great show. T2F, go Falcons. Yes, sir. Falcons rise up. I would say 38-35 Falcons in a close game. I almost picked the Falcons to win. I almost did. But here's the thing, man. People would have given me crap if I did. Which I don't care about other people's opinions. But, like, since it was a Thursday night game and that weekly picks video came out, if I picked the Falcons and they lost, people would have been like, ha, you're biased. You're wrong about the first game. I'm not going to watch the rest of this video. So I had to do a little bit of strategy, be like, all right, I'll give it to the Patriots. I'm kind of like 51-49 Falcons, though. So it's like, I think the Patriots could pull it off. The only 1% that's pushing me over the majority is because I'm a fan of the Falcons, so that's why. 38-10 Pats is like as his prediction. Olamide Zacchaeus breakout game. 28-27 ATL upset. Brett Forsyth. Maybe it could happen. Damian Harris or Darrell Williams. Full flex PPR. You know, let's go with Darrell Williams. I'm going to go with Darrell Williams. I really am. It's going to be hard to wait for Clyde Edwards-Helaire and hear his status. Like, is CEH going to be playing? We don't know. He's going to work with Darrell Williams in there. I don't know. Is it going to be committee, or is he going to go back to like being a 17 carry per game kind of back? I don't know yet. I really don't know. So it's a little bit of a risk, but Darrell Williams has been looking good, and I think it's a better matchup as well. Actually, no. No, Atlanta's a better matchup. I'm still going Darrell Williams. That's just me personally. I think Ramondre Stevenson might be a little bit more of a factor, and Darrell Williams has earned himself some playing time for sure. What else do we've got? CB, Mitchell or James Robinson if Chubb is out. Mitchell looks like he's going to be playing. I'm going to go James Robinson, though. Yeah, I'm going James Robinson. San Francisco has had some holes in the run defense. They've been sometimes they've been able to stop some big runs. Sometimes they haven't. But Rudy Mora, Jimmy G, a must start if Murray is still out. I wouldn't say he's an absolute must start. That's why I put him down as a sleeper. Like, hey, here are the other 5 players that I would rather play above Jimmy G. But if you have no other option, Jimmy Garoppolo might be someone that you would want to, because Jacksonville defensively, like the last 3 games, they've been looking pretty good. And then I would say that Jimmy G is on a little bit of a hot streak because Deebo Samuel's been looking good. George Kittle's been looking good. But still, Jacksonville's defense kind of worries me about Jimmy G. Still, though, I would, just hinder your expectations. Don't go too much into Jimmy G. He's the best of the or he's the worst of the best, if that makes sense. Dan Schwab, Greg Joseph versus Green Bay, or another kicker if there's a better matchup. Listen, you may want to think about Randy Bullock versus Houston. I don't know how much he's owned in leagues right now, but if he's available, go with him. But Greg Joseph has been reliable, has been a good kicker for the Minnesota Vikings. So if Greg Joseph is like the only one left, sure, I would go with him. Like, I would put Greg Joseph over Daniel Carlson. I would put him over Evan McPherson. I would put Greg Joseph maybe not over Randy Bullock. Randy Bullock is probably the only kicker that's like might be realistically available that you could stream over Greg Joseph. Like, it's just Justin Tucker that you got to stream. I would say Harrison Butker. He's been looking good as of late. So I'm going to go Harrison Butker, Randy Bullock, maybe Zane Gonzalez, but that's a stretch. So I'm going to go with Greg Joseph. Like, keep it safe. Go with him. My hot brunette wife saying, "You look so cute in your Falcons gear." Thanks, Mom. Kicks plugs. I live in Detroit. Ooh, which part of Detroit? Matters, dude. Matters. Safety matters. Hey, trust me, dude. There's some parts of Atlanta that are, oh, man. I went to school in downtown Atlanta, which, by the way, downtown Atlanta, like, it smells wonderful. Like, I cannot think of a better smelling place. Like, there's, like think of roses mixed in with, like, the best smelling anything. Like perfume, cologne, whatever Jeremy Fragrance prefers. Like, that's how downtown Atlanta. I would rather stay in downtown Atlanta and smell downtown Atlanta more than anything else in my life. I hope that smell lingers. Like, I hope I don't get nasal fatigue from the smell of downtown Atlanta. It smells so good. So I don't know if Detroit probably doesn't, if it smells the same as Atlanta or not. Thielen or Hunter Henry from Sarangan Ramakishnar. Ooh, it's a long name. Thielen all the way. Let me go ahead and acknowledge a couple more people. Jack, you're saying the Falcons have a lead this year? Ooh, I mean, record-wise, no, but hey, we didn't blow it against the Saints. We were so close. I was like, oh, if we do this, if we blow, I'm gonna punch something. We didn't. So I didn't punch anything because we had the GOAT Younghoe Koo. Ariel asking, Ramondre Stevenson tonight or wait for Miles Sanders and / or Jordan Howard Sunday? Oh, that's tough. I'm going to go with, that's so tough. Because it's like, the rules of the NFL is like, you don't have to give any sort of practice designation. Like, you don't have to say that this guy was limited, this guy was full. Whenever they're returning from injured reserve, it's just like an hour and a half before the game. Are they playing or are they not? And that's the thing with Miles Sanders. Is he playing? We don't know. But this game against the New Orleans Saints, it's going to be tough. You know what? Take the risk. Go Ramondre tonight. And if he absolutely sucks, come back on the show tomorrow. Just tear me apart. You're tearing me apart, Lisa. The Room. Just tear me apart as I'm already in my misery from the Falcons blowing a lead against the Patriots. So, yeah. All right. I know I didn't get to you guys, but I am running a little bit long. I know I didn't get to everyone. I'm sorry about that. But, hey, this is our weekly show, or our daily show, I should say. I should stop getting into the habit of saying that. But, yeah, make sure you guys subscribe to this channel if you aren't already subscribed. I mean, if you did leave a comment, then you should be already subscribed to this channel. I appreciate that. I really do. Really means a lot. Hey, tonight, Patriots, Falcons, it's happening. I'll be watching, and I might be joining you guys on the Twitter. So follow me at Time2Football or at Hassan Khan. And with all that said, thank you guys so much for watching. And remember, downtown Atlanta smells amazing.